Alright, welcome to the final match of the Maine Invitational Scratch Tournament for March 1st, 2015 at Yankee Lanes in Brunswick, Maine. I'm James Goulding, and with me as always is my co-host, owner of Moore's Pro Shop, Scott Moore.
Good afternoon, everybody.
So our final match today features our second-seeded bowler, Rick Campbell, bowling against top seed Loring Deagazio. We bowled today on USBC Blue #2 oil pattern, which is the same oil pattern we'll be using for the state tournament, which is going to be held in this house in April.
Yeah, pretty nice that all the bowlers were able to get a first look at what we were going to see for state tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. It was nice of the house to be able to put that out for us. They do a good job with that. This house here has front part of the lanes are synthetic, and the back part of the lane is a wooden back end, so it definitely makes an interesting pattern play as the lanes break down.
Absolutely, no matter what pattern you play for that matter, but this house usually plays with plenty of friction in the back end with the wood back end, so pretty much the ball leaves the pattern and definitely starts heading left.
Absolutely.
Or right for the left-handers, but yeah, today was no exception to that. There was plenty of hook.
So we had two squads today, like we usually do. We had 26 bowlers compete in our first squad, and we had 42 bowlers compete in our second squad. So we took a total of 17 bowlers into our position round game, and I will give you everyone's totals here. Top seed for the tournament after 4 games was Ron Coos with a 935, and the second seed who led his squad also was Jason Manser with an 898. Those two bowlers got automatic buys into the top 5. So our other qualifiers bowled their 4 games, and then qualifiers 3 through 17 then were fighting for 3 spots in the top 5. And so what happens is their 4-game total got added to their 5th position round game. So I'm just going to go over the bowlers in their finishing order with their average and their position round game average added together. So in third place, in 6th place with a 444 was Steve Babb. 7th place with a 430 was Joe Copeland. 8th place 428 Scott Moore, sitting right next to me. Tied for 9th and 10th with a 427 was James Ward and Nick Furrow. 11th place with a 422 is David Jacobs. 12th place 418 Aaron Tivitot. 13th place with a 412 Adam Mishu. 14th with a 407 was Brooke Ledger, our only female bowler to cash this month. 15th place was a 380 Justin Rollins. 16th with a 369 Jason Ward. And rounding out our 17th place was Rob Howard with a 366. So Scott, you played on this oil pattern today. How did you think they played for you as the day went on?
They started out just tons of hook, and I think I expected them to play more, be able to play more right. But there was just so much hook for me early. I just couldn't seem to get the ball down the lane. So I ended up moving way left and still didn't really have a good look. Went to a really weak ball, moved right, was able to play up the boards. Just tried to keep myself out of trouble at that point, because what I had to the left wasn't good. But then when we did our qualifying 1-game position round, at that point I used my IQ Tour Pearl and moved way left, and at that point I was able to pretty much just throw at the right gutter, and it seemed like I had all kinds of room then. So, I was that there early on? I don't really think it was.
Yeah.
I like to think it wasn't there, because I probably would have done really well.
Exactly.
It definitely, I think they opened up as the day went on, and as you can see from this match, I mean, these guys are both not really hooking the ball a lot and playing up the boards, and not really tons of rounds or anything, and there's a great shot there, but we certainly had a number of guys that had tons of revs that also scored well. So
multiple patterns, multiple types of player could score, and that's what you look for out of a pattern. We had one lefty, I think, in the top 17. So, there's a little bit of, there was some straighter players, some guys hooking in, some lefties. So that's what you want to see out of a pattern. You want to see, kind of look at what's going on here. Loring Deagazio His first missed final match comes in front four on really a missed veteran to final match. His former Miss champion, multiple champion, Rick Campbell. So really putting the heat on Rick here. You know, he's got a 31-pin lead after 2 frames on the front four, and Rick's really got to get it going.
Yeah. I mean, Loring's been solid all day. I mean, he had a 277 in the position round, and I think he had a 278 earlier in the day as well. I mean, he's been solid all day, really bowling well.
So to recap, the other bowlers in our top 5, as Rick goes flat 10 there in the 4th frame. Jimmy Clark actually came from the 15th position in the position round game to sneak into the top 5 in our 5th spot. Ron Coos ended up in the 4th position. He actually tied Jason Manser with a 209 in the seeding game for the top 5 and lost the 1-ball roll-off 10-8, so he ended up getting the 4th seed. Third seed was Jason Manser, as we said, and then, like we said, 2nd seed was Rick Campbell, top seed Loring Deagazio. So in our first match today was Jimmy Clark and Ron Coos. Jimmy won 204 to 192. The quarterfinal match was Jimmy Clark defeating Jason Manser 222 to 193. And in the semifinal match, Rick Campbell beat Jimmy Clark 202 to 176.
And that top 5 really is a mix-up of all kinds of different players there. I mean, you got Jimmy that's definitely a power player with tons of hand. Ron Coos got a lot of hand, but throws the ball extremely hard. And you know, Jason Manser, he's kind of a
tweener in between.
Kind of in between both of those guys. He's got plenty of hand, doesn't throw the ball all that hard, but you know, is more of a power player than a stroker by any means. And then you got Rick and Loring that are both just stroking the ball up the boards and beating up on all the kids.
Yeah, exactly. You got Rick, who likes to play in between that 2nd and 3rd arrow. He's right around 13, 14, and I believe Loring's out around 10. He's just a little further outside than where Rick is, but Loring's probably got a little more axis tilt, so he kind of gets the ball out, just kind of gets a little bit more back end motion, I think, than Rick does. Rick's more up the back of the ball. See Loring right over the 2nd arrow that time. Actually stuffs it, high flush, 10 back on lane 30. Great shot. Starting with front 5, and he just doesn't want to give Rick a chance to get back in this match. He's just going to try to close that door early.
No, he's got the pedal to the floor, and he's keeping his distance.
Absolutely, and you can't blame him there. If you got the look, you definitely want to run away and hide if you can.
Absolutely.
So I just want to thank our sponsors again today, Brunswick Bowling, for supplying Forterra Intrigue Bowling Ball, which was won by one of our youth bowlers, Christopher Gillette, so he was very happy to win that ball. And also to John Behoy Bowl Pro Sales for providing a bottle of Knockout Ball Cleaner, which was won by David Jacobs today. I'd like to also thank M.I.S.T Pro Shop for sponsoring the Bowl of the Year competition. If you need any of your drilling, resurfacing, fitting needs, ball bags, shoes, anything, you visit M.I.S.T Pro Shop Facebook page. Just type M.I.S.T Pro Shop into search and you can find them there. And any of the pros at M.I.S.T Pro Shop can hook you right up with anything you need. And I'd also like to thank Joe Kenny at Maine Clockworks for making our beautiful clock for our champion of the tournament today. And again, you can just type in Maine Clockworks on Facebook and find them on there. Joe makes all kinds of crafts and clocks and all kinds of great stuff for your home, so he did a really good job.
While we're thanking everybody, we all want to thank James for running a great tournament. Certainly scratch bowling in Maine has come a long ways in the last few years. Last year, this year, the tournament's seen unbelievable success. Probably more entries and participation than I think any of us ever thought we'd see. But
it's the same with me.
Great. It's been very, very great, and it's good to have somebody like James running a good, clean tournament. So.
No, I really appreciate the kind words. Thank you, Scott. Thank you very much. And I like it when you're in the final matches because I like to commentate watching you bowl, but it's also fun having you here in the booth next to me.
Well, it gives me something to look forward to when I don't make qualifying the match play part.
And I know our viewers and listeners like to listen to your perspective because, you're out there bowling on the pattern every month and, where we bowl on, stuff that aren't house shots necessarily. This was, one of the 3 patterns that USBC qualifies as their quote-unquote house pattern. But it's the toughest one. And with this blue number 2 being basically more of a cliff pattern where, you had a little bit of that oil inside, but there's an absolute cliff. There's no buffer zone in between the inside oil and the outside. And you could really see that. You could tell when you tried to check the ball out a little early. There was no chance that was going to hold. It was definitely going through the face.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really one Loring's just killing it out there. That's awesome. You know, it's a lot of fun bowling on these patterns because, you know, it's not a house pattern, and it makes you think a little bit more than you do on your league shots. And, you know, I enjoy it just because you can't ever count yourself out.
Absolutely.
You have one bad game and you can still grind yourself back into the qualifying and, you know, back into a position to be able to make match play or whatever.
Well, you're a perfect example of that. You know, first game today, I think you came out and shot in the mid-170s your first game, and then you made a big move, you made a big switch, and look at that, Loring with the front 8 now. Unbelievable run here.
He's doing awesome. Yeah, I mean, my first game was a total train wreck. The first 5-6 frames. I mean, I shot a 174 with the back 5.
Yep.
To finish it. I was scared, to be quite honest.
Yep.
I was like,
Yep.
oh man, this is not good. And then, you know, managed to be over 200 the rest of the day. And,
yeah, and get yourself in, and you know, and you can make some money, and you know, get some Bowl of the Year points. Speaking of which, our Bowl of the Year competition, which is sponsored by Morse Pro Shop, the bowler gets their choice of ball professionally drilled by the bowling ball professionals at Morse Pro Shop. So there's that to look forward to, and this is also our 6th tournament of the 7-tournament season. We'll be in Bangor at Family Fun Lanes in 2 weeks. Tournament starts at noon. I'm going to start check-ins around 10:30 that day. I think we anticipate a pretty big entry. It's a 1-squad tournament, so the 1 squad starts at noon. And that's our last tournament of the season, and your last chance to get into that top 10 and Bowl of the Year points to qualify for our Master of the Lanes tournament, which is going to be April 5th at Bayside Bowl in Portland. So winner of the Master of the Lanes tournament gets the paid entry into the 2016 USBC Masters tournament. So there's definitely some incentive to make sure you stay in those top 10 and Bowl of the Year points.
Yeah, that Master of the Lanes tournament will. I think that'll be a heck of a bunch of matches. And
yep, head-to-head match play tournament.
Should be awesome.
You know, it's a great environment at Bayside, and if you've never been there or seen a bowling match there, it is an unbelievable environment. It's basically kind of like a small stadium, and it's just unrivaled in the state to watch bowling. So we're really looking forward to that event. All right, come on, Loring, going for front 9 here. Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
Front 9. Great job by Loring. Now the match is all over with. Now there's only one question that has to be answered: is can he finish this off, Scott? How do you think?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'll tell you what. He keeps doing what he's doing. He shouldn't have a problem. Man. He's been solid all day. I don't see why the next 3 shots should be any different.
You know, it is kind of nice. You know, there's pressure up there going, and there's front 9 going for a perfect score. But when you kind of know you have the title in your back pocket, it does have to make you relax a little bit. Here we go, 10th shot.
There it is, totally solid. That was a perfect shot.
Unbelievable. Great bowling. Front 10 now for Loring. Trying to do something that's never been done in a missed final match.
I think Rick's got him right where he wants him now.
Yeah, I think Rick gets one of them endless 10th frames. This could still be a match, but
right where he wants it.
we've seen some great matches in missed finals history. It'd be nice to see a little bit of history right here.
I think we ever had 300.
Never had one in the missed finals, so why not today? That sounds good.
It's good. Oh, yeah.
Well, here we go, folks. One shot for the whole ball of wax here. 300 on the line. Loring Deagazio could do the first one, and well, he's now the first man to ever run front 11 in a final match.
Right.
So
this is true.
There's already some history made there.
Yeah.
Let's finish this off. I'd like to see this happen. Come on, ball.
Pretty good.
Get it. Get it. Get it. Come on. Oh. 299 for Loring Deagazio in the final match. Unbelievable performance. Yes, unbelievable.
That was awesome. What a great match. You know, great to see. It's all about the mist right there. I mean,
oh yeah.
You got all age groups finishing it off, and you know. Just
two great competitors. Absolutely. There, 2 veteran competitors. Loring wins his very first Maine Invitational Scratch Tournament title. He was someone that, when I started the tournament, was one of the very first guys that came to my tournament, and you know, I appreciate those guys that have been around a while. He doesn't make it to all of them, but he makes it to as many as he can. So
Right.
He's
And
great.
he's usually
guy.
right in the mix of things.
Absolutely,
Too, yeah.
throws a good ball. You just can't say enough nice things about him. $2.99. What an unbelievable game. We watched Rick Campbell finish. So speaking of great champions, Rick, another great champion in this tournament, has won multiple M.I.S.T titles. He's solidly in our top 10 for points for the end of the season, and you know, with that victory, you know, Loring saying, "Hey guys, don't forget about me. If I can go back to back next month, I'm going to be right there with you." So.
Absolutely.
So Rick's just going to clean up this 10 pin, finish off this, make it official in this match. And there it is. Oh, just misses it, but it doesn't matter. Just for posterity. So Loring Deagazio beats Rick Campbell $2.99 to $1.85 to win his very first Maine Invitational Scratch Tournament title. For Scott Moore, I'm James Goulding, and we'll see you in a couple weeks in Bangor, Maine to finish off the 2014-2015 season.